Glossary for Lesson 1.
As above, so below. The ancient maxim, as above, so below, is attributed to the Egyptian spiritual master Hermes Trismegistus, whose emerald tablet and other works were the standard of traditional Hermetic teaching. What is meant by this phrase is that all of creation, whether great or small, reflects the same divine nature or plan. Because all things that exist are emanations of the goddess through the god, all things naturally mirror and reflect their divine qualities. For this reason, the same truth will be discerned in a galaxy of stars or in a single grain of sand, if one is open to it. It is ultimately on this principle that all forms of divination are based.
Aura, the field of spiritual energy around the body. The size, shape, and colors of the aura can tell many things about a person's spiritual state.
Do as you will, but harm none. The Wiccan read, the great law of Wicca. Because what you do comes back to you through karma. Magic and all other actions should be used for constructive purposes only. Using one's actions for harm is wrong and will only bring harm to you in the end.
Grounding. Clearing and releasing excess energy to focus oneself back into the physical here and now, after magical or psychic work. Grounding is done by allowing excess energy to flow out of the body so it can be returned to the Mother Earth to be used in other more productive ways. Higher Self. The higher portion of one's being, through which the connection to the divine is perceived. By attuning to the higher self, we move in concert with that part of us that is divine and have access to its knowledge and powers. Lesson 2 will give more details about the nature of the higher self.
Karma, divine justice or balance. Karma tells us that for every action there's a reaction. A good action will beget good. A bad action will beget bad. Everything we do comes back to us in time, sometimes in this life, sometimes in another. But all will eventually return. To satisfy karma, one must learn the lesson of the action, not merely experience it, and one will re-experience the event as many times as necessary to learn the lesson.
Keys. A key is something we use to help induce a shift in consciousness. The key may be anything that evokes the desired mental or emotional atmosphere and makes the shift easier to accomplish. By making us feel magical, these keys help ease us into our higher selves. An example of a key is candlelight, which can do much more to put us into a magical state than, say, fluorescent light.
Law of Three. Most Wiccans believe in the law of three. That is, that what you do, good or bad, comes back to you multiple times. Some mean this literally as 3 times, while others mean it symbolically. We will repeat the experience as many times as necessary to learn the lesson it offers, and 3 here simply means multiple times. The Correllian tradition holds to the latter view. The true meaning of the law of 3 has nothing to do with the exact number of times something will reoccur, but reveals the concept that karma is about learning rather than simply balancing out one's acts.
Magic. Magic is the technique of creation. Magic is a method of creating, changing, or affecting circumstances through the manipulation of energy. Magic is accomplished through the focus of willpower and emotion, which shape energy. Magic is best used for self-improvement, prosperity, and healing.
Psychic shielding, strengthening one's aura to keep out extraneous or unwanted energies.
Psychism. Magic is the art of actively using the powers of the soul. Psychism is the art of using those same powers passively to receive information or communication from the higher self or from others. Magic and psychism are intimately connected, and the division between them is arbitrary, made solely to simplify understanding.
Shifting consciousness. The process through which we rise from our normal thinking level of consciousness to connect with our higher self. It is from this higher level of consciousness that magic is practiced as a conscious act. Science has shown that our brain waves actually change when we shift consciousness in this way, creating a distinctly different state from that of our normal mind.
Veil. A term describing the inability of the ordinary conscious mind to easily access the powers or memories of the soul.
Visualization. The art of concentrating or imagining something very strongly, usually as a visual image. In this way, you focus your mind and emotion to shape that which is visualized into reality.